How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Winners Club podcast. Now, in today's freestyle, we talk about confidence and advice that have been given to us that really hits home and resonates with us. And you can find our social medias. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at _the Winners Club podcast. And you can also listen to the video and audio versions of this podcast. Our video version is on YouTube at the Winners Club podcast. And our audio versions, we are located on Buzzsprout, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. We appreciate all your love and support, and we really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks, and take care.
All right, we live.
We live, baby. We live. All right. So, boys, I have a question for you guys. So, what are your thoughts and opinions on wingmanning or being a wingman to somebody?
You go first, Brett.
Well, my first observation of a wingman is why do you need one? You're not really confident in yourself, so you shouldn't really need a wingman. Depending on wherever you go, you gotta have full confidence in yourself if you are trying to, date whoever or make a good impression. But that's sort of my brief.
Yeah, nah, I agree with Brett, but I also feel like it's a lack of confidence and a lack of understanding your self-worth. If you need somebody, that's same mindset as having somebody wipe your ass for you after you shit. Come on, do you really need that? Do you need to be potty trained? You know what I mean? Especially
or feeding you. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's you need somebody to go get you something for you. You know what I mean? I don't believe in it. But what do you think?
It's cool. It's funny too because I get it. It's funny sometimes. Because, if you're doing it as, a joke, come on. No, but I was on TikTok the other day, past couple days, actually, and there's a guy on TikTok, I forgot his name. I think his name is, Alex, Holland? I think that's how you say his name. But anyways, you guys have probably seen him on TikTok. He's the guy that goes around to different bars, all over the country. At least I think so, and he always wingmans people. He'll go up to people and say, who's the most attractive girl in the bar, or vice versa, who's the most attractive guy in the bar, and then they'll go find him, and then, obviously, but, I get it, it's cool, for him, obviously, because you're helping somebody out, but, in terms of, getting wingmanned,
it's a bad
shows right,
it's a bad look, bro.
It is.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I think, all right, as a girl, it's a little different because usually girls don't make the first move. So I guess I would understand if it's a girl, but as a dude, the odds of you even landing it is so low.
Especially from a masculinity standpoint too.
Yeah,
because they already expect you to be masculine, and what confidence comes with masculinity. And if you show lack of confidence, obviously that's going to show that you kind of have a feminine side to you. Which is nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying if there's too much, if it's overriding your masculinity, obviously that's going to show a level of unattractiveness.
Well, I believe everybody has confidence. I wouldn't associate a gender with it, but I think part of being a masculine man is having confidence, even if you don't necessarily get what you want. You know what I mean? So look at it in terms of success. I'm gonna bring up music because me and my boy Dana were literally just listening to Drake 25 minutes ago. I went to Walmart or some shit, and we were talking about damn, bro, if you actually listen to the lyrics they say in these songs, Kanye and all these big famous successful rappers, they talk about kind of not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? You go in it just in anything. It's a type of successful mindset in a sense. You know what I mean? So if you kind of go into it and you get rejected by somebody, for instance, like we're talking about in this example, it don't mean shit. It happens. It's gonna happen too when you fail in life. Just don't give up. You know what I mean? One person doesn't define who you are. Just one little mishap doesn't define your kind of journey to success. So that's kind of how I look at it. You kind of feel when males in particular are going on first, if they're shooting for something, for success, they have a sense of confidence when they just overcome all the bullshit at the beginning. You know what I mean? So that's why if you don't have confidence in yourself, it doesn't really show that you're kind of directing yourself with any kind of purpose in life. So not only is it a turnoff if you don't have confidence, but it's also a turnoff if you kind of just don't do anything. You know what I mean? What is the kind of purpose that you're chasing? If you don't have one, it's not going to last long.
That's like guys going to the bar and guys going to like the club and like hugging the wall. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why do you go in here?
You see,
but like, no, seriously,
like,
like, why do you pay to get in if you just gonna stand on the wall and just observe? Like,
yeah, it's a big thing. All right, it's gonna take like a fucking crazy turn. But if you look at it, those people that never kind of like are observant with how they act in a group setting like that, like for instance, people who go out in a club and then kind of just stand around and do nothing, like if you act like that for a long period of time, you kind of become like unsociable in a way. Like you lose social skills, but you still have that same sex drive and that same energy. Now we're looking at a situation where it could be potentially very scary. You know what I mean? Like deviance is it's just bound to happen. You know what I mean? This man just put on his hoodie because I had it on. Cool.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's fine. It's cool.
Bro, all right. You know what? No, I'm taking this shit off.
All right, if you look at it,
I'm genuinely cold.
All right. Okay. So if you look at it though, in a sense where somebody who's young and their hormones are changing, you know what I mean? Like these 19, 20-year-olds, and their sex drives are high. You know what I mean? The testosterone is producing at a rapid rate. And if you don't have social skills, not only are you kind of just socially awkward, you are going to try to force yourself onto people. It's just not a good thing to be around. Do you know what I mean? You should develop self-confidence on your own. That way you never even have to have a wingman. I mean, that's like something way different than what I kind of just talked about, but wingmans too, you know what I mean? It's just a part of being socially inept to even be comfortable to talk to a stranger. If that's what it is. I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming it's at a group setting and shit.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things too, like, what do you have to lose? Like, worst that could happen is they say no, to be honest. And I think people like, but this is, well, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I was about to say, this is where overthinking comes into play.
What about,
like,
all right. I got to go in now. So let's just fire questions off back one another.
All right, that's fine.
How do you suggest to handle rejection? Not from just like a girl. I'm saying in life, like when you put all your eggs in the basket and it doesn't work, what do you do?
Well, actually, no, Brett, you go first.
Okay. This is kind of how you develop confidence, is when you kind of build yourself back after something flopping. You know what I mean? So I want to.
So I mean, it's kind of funny. I look at it in like a sales standpoint. Say you're like a salesperson, you're knocking door to door. If you go to 100 houses in a day, 99%, all of them are going to say no but one. So it's, why would you stop at the first no? Keep going. Like, even with like, if you want to start up maybe your own like online shop or business, or even like YouTube channel, whatever it may be, you're going to hit failure the first time, but don't stop at the first failure. Keep going. Don't give up on your purpose just because of one bad experience, one no.
A label. Yeah, no is just a label. It's really all it is. Yeah, no, like I really do agree with you though. Like, looking at things in a sales sense, I know we don't like talking about the gym, but I'm going to bring it up because it's the exact same thing as when you kind of set a specific goal for yourself in terms of weight, and you try to hit that weight and you fail. You know what I mean? Just because you failed once doesn't mean, you're never going to be able to do it. A lot of people kind of look at the gym like it's a obstacle course. You know what I mean? You challenge yourself and you're constantly pushing yourself. You're going to continuously fail. You know what I mean? But a no and a fail is just one more step towards a yes and a success. So, what do you think, Miles?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I mean, stuff with like rejection, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, if you were to ask me that question like a year ago, I probably would be like, I'd be like, damn, like, right, just give up, like find something new. But like now, like, I still, step back, look at your failures, and then go back at it 10 times harder. Regardless of what it is. Now, of course, if it's a girl, it's different. Like, if it's a no, obviously you gotta go. But like, in terms of like anything else, like you said, like whether it's like a new PR or like, Brett, like you said, like a in terms of like from like a business standpoint, like, yes, those things, like, you step back, you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, and then you go back at it 10 times harder. So
Definitely.
to me personally, that's how like I would handle it. So
That's good. That's really good. I think that's the exact way to handle things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Read this book called "The Obstacle Is the Way" by Ryan Holiday. Really changed my perspective, kind of even on life, of our journey, even for like this podcast. You know what I mean? That we're gonna face some obstacles as we try to build this brand and stuff like that. And you have to be willing to look at things at different angles. That's my biggest kind of observation from even my own personal experiences. If you are ignorant and you are always staring at something the same exact way, you're not gonna grow. Do you know what I mean? You have to kind of peek around different corners and things like that. I was listening to this YouTube video today. Can't remember the name of it. Don't even remember the name of the guy. I just remember that he drew a very good example of what I'm talking about by describing ants. You put a rock in front of an ant. At first, the ant's going to try to go under it. It's going to try to go to the left, the right. You know what I mean? It tries all different things. Sometimes it even crawls over. But the ant, it will never fail from an ant trying to go back to where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I'm giving this example because if you have an anthill, you know what I mean, and one ant is separated and you put a rock in front of it, it's still going to find a way to get back to the anthill. It doesn't give up. You know what I mean? It doesn't register and render in its brain that rock defeats its whole purpose of being in a colonized, civilization, whatever, for the ants and stuff. But apply that to life. You know what I mean? Just because you get one, I guess, fake rock put in front of you, in front of your face, just go a different way. You know what I mean? It's totally normal. It's going to happen. There's going to be things where you learn, and that's where learning kind of comes across. And I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where confidence can get built up, because it's not like you gave up, you stayed with it, and it's only going to make you feel happier. You know what I mean? It's an attractive trait to have, confidence. If you're not confident with yourself, think of it like this. If you're getting complimented, you know what I mean, about things, and you just say, oh, no, 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 like, that's, no, thank you, but no, like, you know what I mean? That's self-destructive behavior. You are dismissing a genuine compliment that somebody took out of their time to give to you. Do you know what I mean? They feel like they owed that to you. They wouldn't just say it. They gave that to you. And if you're going to self-dismiss it and just wipe it off your shoulder, I mean, what's the point of life? You know what I mean? If you're never going to accept things that you've worked at. So, what do you guys think of that?
100%. Like you said, it is self-destructive behavior. It's like you said, getting handed a gift and you're like, oh, no, I can't. Oh, it's not me, or like even given like a prize or whatever, and they what?
No, it's just nothing, bro. It's like when you get money and then you're like, oh no, shut the fuck up, no, don't give me that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
All right, I meant it more as like a compliment though. Like
No, I know what you mean.
I know.
Somebody's like, all right, I like your outfit or something like that. Something like, no. You're like,
or like you're smart, yeah.
Accept it. You know what I mean? It helps. It helps build confidence and give it back. You know what I mean? Give a nice compliment back. I'm talking more so how to, because Miles started this off with asking what we thought of wingman, of being a wingman, and we all kind of agreed it's a lack of confidence. That's what it shows. So how, like, I want to just talk about, I guess, how to acknowledge and develop confidence, because that's really what it needs to be to avoid having a wingman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how would you guys, I guess, develop it? I would say accepting.
Bro, I didn't mean to interrupt you, so you.
Yeah, keep going, Brett. Keep going. I would just say accepting it, though.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to like get like a good, like, it's hard to, I guess, just practicing really, like practicing the I guess, positivity.
Yeah, self nurture, maybe self love.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's like the same. I think I know what you're getting at. Because think of it too. You will also build confidence from accomplishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I got through this. So if you make these small objectives and you win and you do them, like easy things, it could be just literally making your bed in the morning. That's an objective you wrote out. Check it off your checklist. You know what I mean? I'm a big advocate for writing down things that I want to get done. I used to be a little OD about it, but like writing things down that are accomplishable and then getting them done. That's what keeps me, I guess, confident in myself, because I'm like, oh, I just conquered today. I got everything done that I had to get done. I feel proud of myself. And when I have self-appraised, I guess, and stuff like that, it comes with self-confidence. So I guess that's one thing, but it's a little difficult to maintain it, and I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong with their confidence is that they lose it. You know what I mean? It's on and off, it fluctuates, and that's where I'm talking about how to maintain confidence. So I guess that's mainly my question. So what would you say about that, Brett?
Maintaining confidence, you said?
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, you said practicing, which I think is good, but what is practicing?
Like you said, setting goal, like for and an accomplishment standpoint, you know, setting goals and then reaching it and continue to see, okay, I'm not just going to stop at this like midpoint. I'm going to keep setting more and keep going, which that brings with growth as well. So,
yeah, I like that. What do you think, Miles?
I think, like, in terms of, like, growing confidence and maintaining it, I think the biggest key factor is learning to embrace yourself and, like, accept who you are. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, you could change your habits, you can change, you know, you could alter your appearance, but in all this, so you want to buy new outfits, you want to get a new haircut.
There's this thing called behavioral, cognitive behavioral therapy. And what it is that it kind of allows you to change your personality over time. But it starts with habit change and stuff like that. But you can really like reimburse yourself, you know what I mean? And spark a whole new sense of confidence. I feel I did that. But there's a lot more. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a lot deeper than you actually would think because it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like you could change almost anything about you if you acknowledge it and you're conscious of it. I didn't mean to interrupt you, though. I'm just saying there's a whole lot.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, shut the
I had to spit a little bit, bro. I'm a psycho.
Nah, yeah, you're good. No, I understand. No, I know you could do that. Like, you could alter your personality. Like, obviously, like I said, you did it. You changed your entire persona, but at the same time, you are still Ryan Gilbert at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
You're right.
To your name, you are still Ryan Gilbert at the end of the day.
You're right.
And I think a lot of people get that wrong. Is like, you know, they try to do all these things. They try to be like other people to try to gain confidence. Like, dude, like you are to your name at the end of the day, and there's nothing you could do about that. You know?
That's true. That's very true.
And I think when people accept that, they'll really boost their confidence because it's like I'm me. Like I can't change that. You know? So, and that says a lot to other people because they're like, yo, like he's, you know, like he's just being him, or you know, she's being her. Like that's all it is.
I think like another thing, is kind of like when people, I guess, like accept their qualities about themselves that they're insecure about. You know what I mean? You fall in love with yourself. It's really all it is. You just love all parts of you, even the parts that you feel are ugly. If you love them, you're going to be confident. Let's be real. Like that's all it has to be is just accepting the things that are out of your physical control. Can't control my height, you know, but I like my height. Something like that.
Right, exactly. Stuff like that. Like people get down on themselves about that. Like I said, like height and stuff like that. Like, okay, you're short, like whatever, but like still like embrace who you are because people are going to look at that and be like, okay, like, you know, he's not the tallest, but like he still embraces who he is, and that's what matters at the end of the day. And if they can't accept you because of your height, then those people are not for you. You know what I mean?
It's about the energy that you carry yourself with.
Right, exactly.
You want to have
Brett,
positive...
what do you think? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, what do you think, Brett?
I was going to ask a completely like sort of off-topic question, but
go ahead.
So, what's like the most recent advice, or like some old advice that you've gotten from somebody else that really like hits home with you or just sticks with you?
You go first, Miles. You go first.
I gotta think about that one in terms of like as in like face-to-face advice or like listening to stuff. Face-to-face advice.
Yeah.
I gotta think about that one.
I can go first. I got a
Oh yeah, you go ahead.
Well, I was just like working at Great Horse, which is a banquet hall. We just do like a bunch of events, company parties, weddings, all that sorts of stuff. And I was just like waiting at a table. As a server, you can get like up to 4 tables, 5 sometimes, or 3. So at this one table, I was just doing. We're very attention oriented, I guess you could say. Where you know, if their water's half empty, fill it. Like fill the whole table, like fold their napkin, all that type of stuff. And then this one guy, he's just sitting across the table. He goes, I see you. And then he was like, come here. And he was like, can I tip you? I was like, we can't take tips because we can't there. But he was like, he just gave me some advice. He said, all right, well, I'll tell you this. No matter what in life, think of life as a ladder. No matter what obstacles get in the way, keep climbing. And he said something along the lines of that, and I just thought that was very,
I like
you
that.
know, I've never gotten some advice face to face really, so it's kind of cool.
That is really cool. I like that a
At
lot.
home to me.
Yeah, I like that too. This is hard for me to think about because I'm trying to think of something that really stands out to me. Because my dad is like giving me a lot of advice face to face, but like I'm trying to think like, did you say like general advice or just like what?
It can be anything that just hits home.
Anything?
Whatever has stuck with you. Could even be like some advice you got when you were little, or honestly, even on the phone, if it sticks with you and you got on social media, I can throw it up there.
Yeah, because I gotta. Gibby, you want to go first?
It's
I
hard.
sort of think
It's hard, but
that's like
very
really
hard.
hard to think about. Yeah.
I wouldn't really say I've gotten advice. I mean, I have gotten advice, but I feel like what hits home for me most is like just like a quote. You know what I mean? Something I guess a powerful message from somebody that means a lot to you. At least that's how I look at it. So usually when my mom kind of says something, you know, it has a lot of weight to it because she doesn't really say that kind of stuff much. So there was one time in my life where I was really, really in a dark place, and she would always emphasize to me, "This too shall pass." And it kind of just taught me a lot. You know, the more that it sat with me, the more I realized that things are temporary. You know what I mean? Just like kind of what you just said, Brett, with the guy talking about the ladder, Great Horse. It's the same message in a way, because when life throws things at you, which it will happen, and nobody lives a perfect life, you're going to have shit that you're going to have to overcome. Keep pushing, you know what I mean? It's going to pass. It is temporary. Once I kind of developed that in my mind, I just started going at things 101% because it's just going to be temporary. It might sting for a little bit, you know what I mean? Like kind of look at it when you get a scab or you get a scar or a cut, whatever it is, and you put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it and it stings, but it's ultimately what's best for you, you know what I mean? It's only temporary. It's not going to fucking kill you. So look at it like that, and that's kind of, those words really hit home with me, and it kind of, the more I kind of understood that philosophy of life, the quicker I felt better. So that's just for me, but what you got, Miles?
So there's a lot for me, to be honest, in terms of like, to be honest, there's so much I can't really remember off the top of my head. But the one thing that I do remember is like, you know, being taught social advice, you know, being told to, you know, watch who you hang out with, who you surround yourself with, watch your circle, you know, stuff like that. And that's one thing, because not even from a social standpoint, but from like an emotional standpoint. I mean, it's social, but it's also emotional. Like, for example, the energy that you surround yourself, I guess, with is it's going to affect you emotionally. You're right, huh?
It's going to come back on you. It's going to portray itself.
Right, exactly.
You're just going to absorb it.
Right, exactly. If you're getting all this negativity, like if you surround yourself with people that are negative, what's going to happen to you? You're not going to be a positive person. Like, because all you're being fed is negativity. If you try to throw positive vibes out there, they're probably going to return it in negative vibes. You know what I mean? And even that thing that, what's his name said? What's his name? Dan Pena? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he was like, you know, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You know, I think that's a huge thing for me, because it's like, you know, you really have to watch who you surround yourself with, because if you surround yourself with the wrong people, you may not be successful. And it sounds like very like some people will like hear that and be like, oh, like that's not true. Like my friends support me, but like, dude, like you gotta really look at it. You really gotta step out of your circle to really see it. It's like being in a football game. Put it this way, right? If I'm on the sidelines and you're in the game, right? I see more things. I see things that you can't see. So when you're in this friend group, you may get blindsided by someone you didn't see because you didn't step back and really, you know, look at this big picture. You know,
I like that.
so
That's a message.
yeah, that's how I've always looked at it. And I think ever since I came out of the game and really, it's like, you know, step out of the game, fix your game plan, look what you're doing wrong, look at all these potential threats, right? And then you get back in the game and then you ball out, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Everybody's got to get a sub every now and then, you know.
Right, exactly. Because to be honest, bro, you like they'll be quick to sub you out too, which is the craziest part. The moment you bounce, bro, somebody's already back in your space. It's sad as hell to think about, and you wouldn't think that they would do that to you because they're your friends, but happens way more common than not. So
Yeah, it happens with everybody, you know. Everybody's probably got an experience with that. Um, Another quote that really stuck out to me that I kind of thought from my mom again. I'm a mama's boy, so another
yeah, I
thing
can
that she
tell.
said was stop making like excuses. Like I used to be very hyper vigilant when I was a kid. I used to
Mm,
always throw out these little things of, oh, I can't do this because of that. I can't do that because of this.
mm,
Like my mom just really was like the force I needed to just kind of she didn't do it, but like kind of just smack me in the face whenever I'd say that. You know what I mean? Like stop saying that because it's true. It's so stupid. The more that I do that, the more I'm running away from the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not
mm.
doing something because I'm just not as committed to it as I should be, and I'm failing obviously. But I'm kind of like whoa, hold off. I have actually this on the side. No, just stop making excuses. It's a very powerful concept to grasp. I mean, look at it too. Like if you were gonna look at Michael Jordan has missed 9,000 NBA shots in his career. 9,000. Did he
It's a
make
lot.
excuses?
It's a lot, bro.
Did he make
Hmm.
excuses though for being a six-time NBA champion? You know what I mean? No, he lived with it. You know what I mean? He lived with the failures. He lived with the things that he, I guess, had prevent him from further success. But it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Stop making excuses.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I kind of piggyback on what you were saying about no excuses. My dad, something my dad always used to say to me too. But every day in the morning, every single day, like to this day, my dad will always text me in the morning and he'll say always, and my response to that is always, be aware of my surroundings and do my job. And doing your job, like it sounds like such a simple quote, but it has a deeper meaning to it. You're doing your job, you wake up, you pursue your purpose every day. And that's not something I really looked at in high school. Like I thought, like, oh, do your job, like go to school, get shit done. Like that's what he means. But no, do your job means like get up in the morning, pursue your purpose, and pursue it to the max. Because once again, you really don't know, when shit's gonna go left. So that's why it's like, you gotta wake up every single day. He texts me every day to this day, every single morning when he gets up, telling me to go do my job. And that's one thing that really resonates with me every day because especially being in college, like not being at home and actually hearing it. Because I used to say
So
this verbally, but because I'm at school, he texts me. But because I'm at school and I'm away from home, it really drives me to do more because, damn, like I'm by myself. Like there's no more mom waking me up in the morning to go get up for school. There's no getting rides to go places. I gotta walk places. Like it's different. So like I'm saying, like do your job is big with me because it kind of keeps my head on straight and keeps me striving towards my purpose. So that's
I
another
think
one
it,
for me. I'd say.
yeah, no, that's dope. But it's like kind of like he's pushing you so you do things out of your own motives, not from somebody else's. You know what I mean? That's dope, man. I didn't even know your dad did that, but I like that. I like
Yeah,
that a lot.
and it's like, and he's consistent with it because like subconsciously, like obviously, I mean, I don't think he looks at it from this standpoint, but like saying that every day, like that continues to recycle through my
Hmm.
subconscious every single day. So when I wake up, I'm expecting to say it. And it keeps me focusing on my goal. Because to be honest, if I didn't say that, I'd probably be like, I don't know, I'd probably be like lazy as hell. So yeah,
That's dope, man. I like that. I like that message a
I
lot.
hope you enjoyed that podcast, and if you did, click right here. We have our subscribe button, and you can turn on bell notifications so you will always be notified of when we upload. And also click right here. We just did a whole episode on dream interpretation and how your dreams can become your reality. We thank you all for tuning in, and bye-bye now.